Good morning, or good afternoon, or good day, year 12. Here I am in my classroom, institutionalised, can't get away from it. Trying to send you some sort of a little assembly idea. I'm sure you appreciate it'll be really hard for me to struggle my way through 3 or 4 minutes of chat, but bear with me. You might or might not recognise my soundtrack in the background. The Hooked on a Feeling song from Guardians of the Galaxy, which I only discovered a couple of years ago, to be fair. But it's a backing track which has some relevance for us as we move on later into this chat. I'll just turn it down a wee bit because I wouldn't want to drown out my wonderful words. So, there are two purposes to this assembly. One really is just to ask you how you are and ask you to look after yourselves from a pastoral support point of view, a pastoral welfare point of view. There are two aspects there. I hope you're looking after your physical health. I hope you've stayed clear of any viruses, COVID-19 included. I hope you're going out for a walk or a run, or doing exercises, or giving yourself a new core challenge, maybe to have that six-pack that you've always wanted. I hope you're using that extra time profitably. And your mental well-being. I hope that you're reading or chatting, listening to music, doing art, doing meditation, yoga. I mean, that sounds extreme, but all of us who have a Fitbit will know that there are breathing exercises on there, which are really just the same thing. You need to look after yourself mentally as well as physically. And I hope that that's something that you'll plan for the long haul, because it looks as if we're going to be in this situation for a few weeks and not just a few more days. My other theme is the theme of heroes, so I'll change my soundtrack to Bonnie Tyler. Probably too old for you, but it's a song called Holding Out for a Hero by Bonnie Tyler, which you might want to have a wee look at. There's an absolutely crazy old Vivo video of it from the 1980s, I think. But my theme is heroes, and that's what I want to talk to you about. I'm going to have to turn Bonnie down a little bit as well. Because it seems to me, and I've often wanted to do a proper assembly about this with PowerPoint slides of various images that we would recognise, but it seems to me that as a society that we're more and more obsessed with looking for heroes. The whole superhero thing, you know, whether it's Guardians of the Galaxy, as I was playing earlier, or the Avengers Endgame, or you'll be much more au fait than I will with all the various different franchises of superhero movies, or looking for heroes in literature and film, like people like Jack Reacher or Luther on television, people that we think that we can look up to, or even mythical heroes which have also crept into TV and film. You know, Thor, Hercules, you pick your Greco-Roman hero of choice, but we constantly seem to be looking for heroes. And yet, I'm recording this on Friday the 27th, because I couldn't get it to work on Thursday the 26th. But last night at 8 o'clock, I joined with thousands of people all around the UK who went to their front door and stood and clapped and cheered, and I regret I forgot to take a saucepan and a wooden spoon to make more noise, to applaud the heroes who are keeping things going for us from an NHS point of view. And you know, that primarily is the carers and the health workers and the medics who are there trying to see the whole nation, the whole country through this horrific crisis. But don't forget about the support staff. Don't forget that also includes, you know, all of the catering people and all of the cleaning people and all of the delivery people. Because if you don't have catering and cleaning and delivery, you don't have an NHS. So it's the whole broad spectrum of people who are there working. And, you know, I've included my wife in that, who's enormously stressed as an NHS ward manager, just has been panicked for 2 or 3 weeks before I recognised the significance of just how bad this was going to be. So I think those are our heroes, and you need to recognise that. And some of you will have parents and guardians and relatives and siblings and friends who are part of that group. But I would actually argue that all of our carers, all of the people who care for us in our own lives, they're our heroes as well. I would argue really strongly that we need to think of them. It's a really stressful job to be a carer of a child, and we need to support them through that job. So my sort of final thing for you is you should be the hero. Whether that's just making somebody a cup of tea, engaging somebody in a meaningful chat, whether it's cleaning the kitchen or the bathrooms, or whether it's just being more tolerant of other people's stress levels and trying to think of other people's needs. I think that we can all be heroes, and I'm challenging you to be the hero in your own household. Other than that, and other than going back to my good old favourite, Hooked on a Feeling, I just ask you to try to stay safe and keep well until I send you another message. Cheers, man.